A bunch of top Kentucky targets, and I think this goes beyond Kentucky. It's just a lot of the top players in high school basketball are all opting against playing AAU basketball this summer. It's a weird movement. And shout out to friend of the show, Jacob Polachek, KSR, who wrote a nice article summarizing this over the weekend. The three names specifically, one is one we've talked about opting out from AAU for a while. Tyron Stokes, the number one player in the class of 2026, doesn't want to play AAU. We have long presumed that that means maybe he's reclassifying, but behind the scenes, sources from his recruitment are saying he's not reclassifying. He just doesn't want to play AAU. Okay, that's weird, whatever. Now others are doing the same move. Brandon McCoy, consensus 5-star, not playing AAU. Mika Murinen, consensus 5-star, top 10 kid in the class of 2026. We interviewed him on the Sleepers channel a couple months ago. Not playing AAU. Strange developments. Playing AAU is something we have always seen from the very best players at the prep level. Either that or they go international route. Yes, Carter Elliott.
Thank you. We here at Sleepers Media as an entity have been operating for give or take a couple of years, depending on who you ask and what time you ask. We have since the creation of this here entity have always said that we enjoy basketball players that choose to play basketball against basketball players that choose not to play basketball. That does not change. Given who the recruit is, given where they are, where, when, who, what, why, where, who cares? I love Brandon McCoy. I love Mika Murinen. The choice to not play AAU, not compete, it's not something I can get down with.
Okay, yeah, I don't get this. Now, in the article, I should probably pull up the actual article just so I'm not completely botching this because I want to quote him at his actual words. But um, there were some quotes from some of these players on why they don't want to do this. And it basically just talked about yeah, there's only risk to playing AAU. Like when you're us, when you're Tyron Stokes or Brandon McCoy or Mika Murinen, why would you risk getting hurt? Why would you risk a bad cycle? Like it's only going to cost you NIL money. And look, that's probably objectively true, but this goes back to my number one red flag with players at all levels anywhere that I have said for years. Uh I I hate basketball players that don't want to play basketball. It's my number one pet peeve. If you're like prepping for the draft and you're like, I don't need to play. I don't want to show anyone anything. To me, I wouldn't want to touch you. I'd be like, this guy is either afraid of competing or doesn't want to put something on tape, thinks someone else is going to show up and bust his ass. And maybe that's a misread by me. Again, I'm not trying to put words in their mouth. I'm still looking for the article in the background while you talk. But I hate this. If this is going to become a regular element of the transfer portal NIL era, is the very best players in their class being like, yeah, I don't want to play. But
Yeah,
like, what are we even doing? Are you going to commit to a college next and get to college and be like, oh, I shouldn't play. I should just cash my check and then next year I'll be more valuable if I don't play. No, if you're good, go put stuff on tape. Make people want you. Like Caleb Holt is only helping himself right now. He's busting everybody's ass everywhere. And he's going to become like the number two rated player in the class while these three just sit out. I don't like it, and I'm a little afraid of what it means for the sport. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Promo code SLEEPERS. If you're a first-time depositor, they will give you a bonus up to $1,000 that matches 50% of your first deposit, plus a free pick. And tonight's free pick is focused on none other than Steph Curry. Card, I got a question for you. How many points does Steph Curry average?
ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and say 29.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds about right. Certainly more than zero, I assume.
Of course.
Well, tonight's free pick, Steph Curry to score 1 point, higher than zero point 0.5 points. It's as much of a guarantee as you can possibly get. Underdog Fantasy, deposit as a first time user, put in promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you get that deposit match bonus up to $1,000 and the Steph Curry free pick. Back to the video.
Yeah, let's hoop, man. Can we hoop, please? I love it. I'm the biggest NIL advocate. I'm the biggest all that. Not an advocate of duck and smoke, right? Like just and I'm not even saying it's a duck and smoke situation. It's just like operating in that mindset to me, just like, is it, can you make an argument that it's smart? Yeah, sure, you can protect yourself. You are your brand, like protect all that, right? Protect your value and everything like that. But also at the end of the day, you're a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta the want to hoop and the want to compete should be there no matter what. And can you be picky and choosy about things? Yes. I always have also been an advocate of sometimes these kids play too much basketball during the summer. Like play AAU, but also like don't just play in every single thing. You need a break. Like you're playing all these basketball games where you play like 9 games in a day starting at 9 a.m. Like I understand that it's a lot, but not to the point where you're just not playing AAU, right? Like it's just I just think there needs to be somewhat of a there needs to be a middle ground, and the choosing not to hoop thing doesn't work for me. And also to your point, like when does that stop? If I'm Brandon McCoy, why am I hooping in college then? I'm gonna hurt my draft stock?
Right. Like at some point, we're going to have a prospect that just collects as many checks as possible without ever actually playing basketball. Like, and I again, at a certain point, like you lose what the entire purpose of this is. For what it's worth, I did find the article from Jacob, and I think I may have, I don't want to say misquote, but when I was dropping like the sentiment of like, they think they could lose their NIL. I think I saw someone quote tweet Jacob's article with a little additional intel on it. It wasn't Jacob's actual words in the article. He just has some quotes from Brandon McCoy and Matt Dunn, his St. John Bosco head coach, who basically said, "Yeah, I don't really have a great feel for what he's going to do. He's not playing right now. I don't know if that means he's not going to play in the future." So seems like there's a lot of unknown. The only other thing I would add, I know the Stokes family has really sort of downplayed the idea of reclassifying. To me, I still think if you're not playing AAU, the only reason for that would be reclassifying. And I know the Stokes family says it's not going to happen. We'll see. I'm willing to just say, let's sit back and let's see if you're bullshitting or not. McCoy and Mika Miranen, both names that reclassification has been thrown out quite a bit for. So I would keep an eye on that. It doesn't feel like there's anything pointed that says they will reclassify, but gun to my head, Cart, my favorite term, I would guess that all three of these guys are reclassification targets.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, do that though. Let's get it. Let's hoop,
Yeah. Play basketball. Good basketball players, please.
please.